many DOOLs while working on this iconic, long-running series. Some discovered lifelong happiness, while others had relationships that ended in heartbreak. In this article, let us look back at some wonderful and also dramatic love stories of the cast from Days of Our Lives. 1. Brandon Beamer and Nadia Bjorlin. Dirty soap love story. The first couple we'll mention is Brandon Beamer and Nadia Bjorlin. These two seemed fated to meet early on, even before they worked together on Days of Our Lives. Initially, they were only acquaintances with no romantic spark. But in 2006, fate truly stepped in, and they started dating. That same year, they happened to appear on the show during overlapping time periods. However, Brandon left Days in 2008 to join another daytime series, yet their romance continued until 2013. During their years together, they appeared on a reality TV show called Dirty Soap, which highlighted the personal lives of soap opera stars, full of both drama and day-to-day details. The program only lasted one season but left a strong impression on fans, especially those who followed the real-life ups and downs of these two. After 7 years, it was clear their relationship was nearing an end. Rumor has it that Nadia's mother disapproved of Brandon, and the couple couldn't bridge that divide. They ultimately decided to part ways. Nadia later found new happiness and got married to someone else. Despite their split, Brandon and Nadia are still remembered by many fans as one of the on-set sweethearts from Days of Our Lives. 2. Crystal Chappell and Michael Sabatino, a long-lasting love from the 90s. Next is the story of Crystal Chappell and Michael Sabatino. In the 1990s, these two portrayed a tumultuous couple on Days of Our Lives. Their characters were on again, off again, with dramatic twists that included vengeful plots, even a storyline about one being buried alive. Despite their characters' doomed romance, Crystal and Michael's real-life bond became a perfect example of the phrase, fiction becomes reality. After leaving Days, the two married in early 1997. Today, they share 2 grown sons. Over the years, they have faced various ups and downs in life, yet have remained steadfast. Last year, Crystal revealed that Michael was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. However, she has emphasized that he maintains a positive outlook and continues to stay active. Their enduring marriage stands as a testament to true love that can flourish even amid life's uncertainties. 3. Casey Moss and True O'Brien. From on-screen tragedy to off-screen happiness, Casey Moss and True O'Brien are another example of a couple who found love on the set of Days of Our Lives. On the show, the characters they portrayed were involved in a youthful, hopeful romance. Unfortunately, the script brought a tragic fate to the female character, who was cruelly murdered, leaving the male character in despair. Off-screen, however, this fictional tragedy brought the two actors closer together. They began dating in 2015. Appearing together at events, they grew more serious as time went on. In the summer of 2022, Casey proposed to True, and their wedding is scheduled for May 2025. Though their characters did not have a happy ending on television, the real-life couple is joyfully planning their future together. 4. Leo Howard and Natasha Hall, a misaligned on-screen pairing, yet perfect off-screen. Another duo who briefly crossed paths on Days of Our Lives is Leo Howard and Natasha Hall. Their characters, however, did not share a love story on the show. Indeed, such a plot would have been awkward, as they portrayed very different roles with a notable age gap and no overlap in storylines. Yet behind the camera, sparks flew between the two actors. After working closely together, they began dating and ultimately married in September 2024. On the show, Leo's character continued to navigate the messy issues of teenage life, including unplanned pregnancy and refusing to marry his high school sweetheart. But in reality, he was happily wed to his beloved. Sometimes, fiction and reality simply don't align, and that's perfectly fine. 5. Farrah Fath and Jean-Paul Lavoisier, a relationship that ended before their characters crossed paths. Farrah Fath and Jean-Paul Lavoisier also deserve a mention. They had actually met and started dating while working on another daytime series. Later, they both appeared on the reality show Dirty Soap as a couple. It wasn't until 2015, when John Paul joined the cast of Days of Our Lives, that fans saw them in the same show again. Farrah had previously been part of the series in another role. By that time, the real-life couple had split, yet their characters encountered each other in various intricate storylines involving in vitro fertilization and surrogacy. Though the two actors had long ended their relationship, they managed to handle their on-screen collaborations with professionalism. Ultimately, their characters did not rekindle a romance. Some viewers were surely relieved that no forced love story was imposed upon two individuals who had already moved on in real life. 6. Casey Daedric and Molly Burnett. A flame extinguished before their characters fell in love. Casey Daedric and Molly Burnett share a rather unusual situation. Their off-screen romance began when they met on the set, and they dated for about a year. However, they broke up well before their on-screen characters developed a romantic relationship that led to an engagement in the storyline. This led to a curious scenario. While the characters were falling deeply in love, the actors portraying them had already parted ways in real life. Eventually, the show recast Casey's role, and Molly also left the series. For fans, their story remains a curious anecdote of real-life romance that ended before the fictional one even took shape. 7. Ariane Zucker, the actress who found love twice on set. One of the most familiar faces from Days of Our Lives is Ariane Zucker. A remarkable fact about her is that she found love not once, but twice while working on the show. Her first marriage was to an actor she met on set, with a wedding that took place in 2002. Their marriage lasted until 2007, at which point they parted ways. They reconciled in 2008 and welcomed a daughter in 2009, yet eventually finalized their divorce in 2014. It was around then that Ariane developed feelings for another Days of Our Lives actor. They began dating in 2014, soon after her first marriage ended for good. This time, it seems destiny truly favored her. The couple got engaged in 2021, then held a wedding in August 2024, just weeks after Ariane filmed her final scenes for Days of Our Lives. Longtime fans were thrilled for her, as she eventually found lasting happiness despite prior heartaches. 8. The legendary story of Bill Hayes and Susan Seaforth Hayes. No look at Days of Our Lives love stories would be complete without the legendary romance of Bill Hayes and Susan Seaforth Hayes. On the show, their characters, Doug and Julie, became one of the most famous soap opera couples in American television history. Amazingly, life imitates art. Bill and Susan's real-life marriage blossomed into a steadfast union spanning more than half a century. The two met when Bill joined the cast in 1970, while Susan was already an established figure on the show. Their first on-screen kiss, broadcast in July 1970, was also their very first kiss off-screen, an auspicious start to a love story that eventually led to a real-world wedding in 1974. 2 years later, Doug and Julie exchanged wedding vows on the show, using the very same vows Bill and Susan had used in their private ceremony. Their marriage endured until 2024, when Bill passed away at the age of 98. That same year, Days of Our Lives gave Doug a gentle, poignant send-off, mirroring the actor's real-life passing. Longtime fans, many of whom had watched the couple for decades, were moved to tears. The romance of Bill and Susan remains a beloved symbol of genuine devotion, particularly cherished by older viewers who have remained loyal to the series through countless twists and turns. For older viewers, following the show for so many years is often a cherished part of daily routine. They've witnessed characters grow up on screen, fall in love, marry, divorce, then possibly find happiness again, just like watching the lives of extended family members. Learning that off-camera the actors may be dealing with equally complex or fulfilling love lives can deepen fans' affection for them. Thank you for reading and reminiscing along with us. May the memories and emotional moments from Days of Our Lives remain with you, reminding us all that real love, no matter how delayed or complicated, can endure, like a steady undercurrent flowing through the passage of years.